when people are pushing back against it, try and understand why they're pushing back. What is it they're scared of losing? Someone in the company, they're just a little bit skeptical of this customer first thing. They think it's a bit fluffy. They're used to the technical mindset. They're used to facts and figures. What would you say to them to let them know that a customer first mentality, a customer success focus is the best way to go?
Yeah. I would just go back to, if we want growth and we want efficient growth and in our main, KPIs, the main metrics that we're managing the business on, which is usually, recurring revenue or customer lifetime value or something like that. If we want a more valuable company, we need to improve the metrics that go into the valuation of that company. And customer success has a direct impact on customer lifetime value. If we keep our customers longer and get them to buy more, has a direct impact on recurring revenue. And those things have a direct impact on the value of the company. So what I find is that when people can't grasp that, that they have a different agenda, that they're on purpose trying not to grasp that. And that's a really challenging thing to talk about. Cause I can tell you exactly like this, if we can get our customers to stay longer, lifetime value goes up. So, so it's one of those things where, just to be real, like it's not a one-liner that's going to convince anybody. And I wish I could sometimes get out of my own way and just have more fun with that. But like, I've been in those situations and I know that it just doesn't work. That's why I love wrestling, because it's just a nice outlet where everything kind of wraps up nicely, in 15 minutes or whatever. The real world doesn't work that way, and it's much more of a challenge. But I really do find that when people are disagreeing with this or they don't want to go along with it, like it's usually they're afraid that this is going to negatively impact what they do. Again, the biggest example of that being, when sales pushes back and says, you're trying to tell us to close fewer deals. No, not at all. I just don't want you to close any bad fit customers. We may need to change the way we're prospecting. We may need to change our marketing to fill the pipeline with better fit customers. But no, in no way am I saying to close fewer customers. Product development, I just want you to just make sure that you're fixing the things that are causing the product to fail, instead of just, building nice new shiny features to try to attract more customers that will ultimately fail. But you have to be really careful. This is something you have to be very diplomatic. And I always tell people, and maybe this would be the way that I would approach it, is you have to find what motivates the person and try to, sort of start with positive things. Instead of going to sales and saying, you got to stop closing bad fit customers, you go to sales and you say, here's some things that we've learned about customers, the way that they talk about our product, the way they talk about what they do. Here's some use cases where we're finding success. Here's the words they use, whatever. And if you can go to sales and get them to close, help them close either, a customer, or help them close customers faster by what you're giving them, or same with marketing, you're helping them improve their KPIs or product or anybody else, then they'll trust you. And then you can come back later and say, by the way, here's what a bad fit customer looks like. Maybe let's not bring those types of customers in, but you've shown them that you trust. If you just start out with, don't do these things here, I'm going to come in and just be negative, then they're never going to like you, never going to trust you. So you have to be careful. But yeah, I wish I had a better response to that. I don't. There's just no one-liner that's going to...
That is the response, then that is the response. And I think that it is good to have that sort of strategy of when people are pushing back against it, try and understand why they're pushing back. What is it they're scared of losing?